This presentation is all about the great history and culture of Africa before the transatlantic slave trade took place. In 1500 AD, before the European traders kidnapped, bought, and sold Africans, the country of Africa was prospering in many kingdoms. The kingdoms of Mali, Benin, and Congo were among the largest successful kingdoms in Africa, and they were home to thousands of people. These kingdoms were strong within their governments, most of them leading their subjects through monarchies. The kingdom of Benin left its mark through art, specifically with carved wooden masks and brightly colored clothing made out of cotton. The kingdom of Mali was known for their caste system, with farmers being among the most respected. The kingdom of Congo was stronger within trade, as well were the other kingdoms too. Other areas were smaller with weaker governments, and they had to rely on each other through agreements, much like a village. The Africans had great culture and technology, and they were highly advanced in subjects like art, medicine, mathematics, and astronomy. Many technological advancements came from this time period in Africa. Also during this time, trade was extremely popular, and the most common way for merchants to become successful and spread goods such as ivory, gold, bronze, and terracotta. Trade was popular within these items, specifically within different African kingdoms, but it was also commonly traded with the Europeans. West Africans had already been trading with Europeans for centuries before the French, Scandinavian, and Dutch explorers and traders came directly for gold, ivory, and spices. Among this time period is when the European traders began kidnapping African people and taking them back to Europe to sell them. African societies also personally supplied slaves for this purpose. The trade of slaves became the most dominant trade throughout Europe and Africa, especially with the high demand for sugar in Europe. Many plantation owners wanted more and more slaves. Thus, the kingdoms were incredibly weakened from the slave trade due to the imbalance of people within their societies. It's important to remember that before the Europeans and the transatlantic slave trade, Africans had a history full of rich culture and many advancements in art, learning, and technology. They created their own economic and political systems and made their governments strong. They had difficulties farming crops and created solutions, and they learned how to trade their goods and become a country with many of the greatest, most powerful, and successful kingdoms of their time.